Resistance challenges are always interesting. You know, no matter how many people do them, or make content towards them at least, they still seem to be quite popular. The concept of a challenge, trying not to go into trance. I always find it interesting. So many people want to resist that urge to go into trance. That teasing thought in the back of their mind to slip and fall. But I'm getting ahead of myself. It isn't the easiest thing to be creative with resistance. But I have an idea. Rather interesting, I think. Rather than resisting trance itself, let's see if you can resist something that could engage a trance. Let's say, a snap. It's not necessarily something that you could cause a drop, but it's one of those things that everybody knows. You know, a spiral, a pocket watch, or a snap. It's rather interesting, isn't it? Doesn't always make you drop, but it can catch your attention. Rather that stand to attention. It's interesting too, because I know that although you may think you might not want to, naturally you find yourself just drifting to my words and my voice, finding that it's easy to let go and sink. Then that snap draws your attention back to your intention of resistance. So I suppose the challenge itself isn't resisting trance, because that snap will allow you to have your attention drawn back to your intention. The challenge is seeing how long it takes before that snap causes you to fall rather than focus. Because you can focus without falling, but you'll have to resist that urge to melt, that natural instinct to melt to my words as that snap draws your attention back to me, back to your intent, your goal, to resist trance. The challenge of resisting the snap causing you to drop. That's difficult, right? Because your mind first might think to resist trance, but the snap allows you to draw your attention back to your goals. Despite the fact that you slip slightly and fall so wonderfully, the snap reminds you that you want to resist. So it helps you focus on resisting. It helps you understand that you can float easily without worrying about resisting. Because all you need to resist is going deeper into trance as that snap draws your attention back to me completely. Focusing completely on me, on resisting. But yet you're not sure if you should resist falling or the snaps. You can almost notice that those snaps in a way make you feel rather fuzzy. You know that those snaps will draw your attention back to trying to resist. But you may start to notice that you're feeling rather loose and fuzzy. You know you may want to slip and fall and sink, as a simple snap makes you more aware of the idea of resisting. But you know that deep down you may have that urge to sink as that snap brings you back to full awareness. Sink and slip and fall, and with a snap it all goes back to where it began. Slowly and subtly fractionated, and you didn't notice at first, did you? Those snaps, each and every one bringing you back to focus, taking you out of the trance you brought yourself into. It's never easy to resist. Because you don't want to resist, you never wanted to resist in the first place. Where's the fun in resisting when you could just drop? sink and slip, and then that snap bringing you right back up. That blissful fractionation, so hard to resist, so easy to focus. Just that snap to attention, remembering your intent to resist, your aim, your goal, but then without notice, just that wonderfully easy urge to drop, sink, slip and fall, and then that snap bringing you right back up. But then you remember again to resist that urge to drop, that urge to fall deeper and deeper as that snap brings you right back up. And soon you notice those eyes are just feeling heavier and heavier. You're not sure if your intention was to drop or to resist, if you want to focus or fall. Either way, with such a fuzzy mind, you find it hard to think. After a constant rise and fall, you might find that after that it would just be so much easier to sink. So do exactly that. Just sink. And with 10, 9, just sink deeper. 8, 7, 6, falling further and further. 5, more and more. 3, letting go. 2, all the way now, and 1, drop. All the way down, deeper and deeper down, sinking and melting so easily, so quickly, just falling more and more. Letting go and sinking deep all the way down. You don't really lose by resisting after all, because the game here was to resist dropping to a snap. You didn't drop to the snap as it drew your attention. Resistance, after all, is so much more than just resisting trance. That is simply just the common concept. The common knowledge of resisting trance in a resistance challenge, but there's so much more you can do with it. There are so many things you can resist, so many things you can ignore, so many ideas you can just choose not to follow, and it's easy enough to do. And you don't want to resist trance. That was never the idea. You just simply wanted to see how long you would last before you fall. The goal isn't resistance. The goal is to drop into trance, but to simply lengthen the time of how long it can be before you fall. But no matter what you may think, deep down in the back of your mind, that goal is always to drop into trance, by creating a game. And a game like this can simply make it all the more effective, creating new ways to make it much more effective and go all the more deeper. And it's still fun in the end, don't you think? But like all games, this must come to an end. So now, rising up with 1, 2, slowly becoming more of your surroundings. 3, more alert, more aware. 4, feeling so much better, so much more refreshed and energized. And 5, wake. And I hope you had fun.